Have you ever felt your body weakening day after day, as if each week brought a new limitation, a new barrier to your independence? For those living with Parkinson's, this feeling of progressive loss of strength isn't just an impression, it's a reality faced daily. Perhaps you've noticed that activities you once performed effortlessly, such as getting up from a chair, carrying groceries, or even holding objects for extended periods, now pose real challenges. This increasing fragility isn't just physical. It erodes your confidence, your independence, and often your desire to actively participate in social life. But what if I told you that muscle weakening in Parkinson's isn't entirely inevitable? That there are ways to strengthen your body even as the disease progresses? The good news is that science is increasingly discovering how certain foods can make a significant difference in muscle strength, daily energy, and even response to medication for those with Parkinson's. We're not talking about miracle cures, but about specific nutrients that address the biological roots of the strength and endurance problems associated with the disease. Today I'm going to share with you 6 powerful foods that have been shown to preserve and even restore some muscle strength in people with Parkinson's. These foods work through different mechanisms, from providing essential nutrients that are often deficient in the disease, to combating inflammatory and oxidative processes that accelerate muscle degeneration. My patients who have incorporated these foods into their daily routine report surprising improvements in just a few weeks. Many are able to resume activities they had previously abandoned, experience less fatigue during the day, and notice that their physical therapy exercises become more productive. Imagine regaining some of your strength, feeling more energy for daily activities, and reducing that feeling of fragility that bothers you so much. These gains may seem small to those who have never experienced the limitations of Parkinson's, but they represent true victories for those living with the disease. Let's discover together how to transform your diet into a powerful ally against the muscle weakening caused by Parkinson's. Before we begin, I'd like to know where you're watching from today. Leave a comment below and feel free to share your experience with Parkinson's-related weakness. Your participation is invaluable to our community. Before we move on to our next topic, I want to extend a special invitation. If you or someone you love is facing the daily challenges of Parkinson's and is looking for reliable, science-based information explained in a simple, practical way, this channel was created especially for you. Here, we regularly share strategies, tips, and news that have helped hundreds of people live better despite Parkinson's. Click the subscribe button now. It's completely free, so you won't miss any content that can make a real difference in your quality of life or that of your loved one. Now let's dive into the first transformative food for those living with Parkinson's. The first powerful food that can help combat muscle weakening in Parkinson's is salmon and other fatty fish. Among the many nutrients we consume daily, the omega-3 fatty acids found in these fish stand out as true muscle protectors for those with Parkinson's. But how exactly can salmon help preserve your strength? Let's explore this fascinating and troubling mechanism together. Parkinson's causes chronic inflammation in the brain. Over time, spreads systemically throughout the body, also affecting the muscles. This persistent inflammation is one of the main factors contributing to the accelerated loss of muscle mass, technically called sarcopenia, which occurs much more rapidly in people with Parkinson's than in normal aging. The omega-3s present in salmon, especially EPA and DHA, have potent anti-inflammatory properties that help control this destructive process. Recent studies conducted at Tufts University showed that Parkinson's patients who consumed fatty fish at least twice a week had a 31% lower rate of muscle loss over 2 years compared to those who rarely included these foods in their diet. In addition to their anti-inflammatory effect, omega-3s also improve insulin sensitivity, a hormone crucial for transporting amino acids into muscle cells, thus facilitating protein synthesis and muscle recovery. Another important benefit is that omega-3s appear to improve mitochondrial function in muscle cells. Mitochondria are the powerhouses of our cells, and their dysfunction is one of the main problems in Parkinson's, leading to chronic fatigue and weakness. By improving mitochondrial efficiency, regular consumption of fatty fish helps restore some of the energy vitality that seems constantly depleted in the disease. To reap these benefits, try to include fish such as salmon, sardines, fresh tuna, mackerel, or anchovies in your meals at least twice a week. If you don't eat fish due to preference or dietary reasons, consider plant-based sources of omega-3s like chia seeds, flax seeds, and walnuts. These provide a different form of omega-3, ALA, which the body needs to convert into EPA and DHA, making this conversion less efficient. In some cases, high-quality fish oil supplements may be recommended, but always consult your doctor before starting any supplementation, as omega-3s can interact with anticoagulant medications commonly used by people with Parkinson's. Many of my patients who have adopted regular consumption of fatty fish report a noticeable improvement in their physical performance after about 3 to 4 weeks, with less fatigue during daily activities and a feeling of increased muscular endurance. The second food that can transform muscle strength in those with Parkinson's is whole eggs. For decades, eggs were unfairly demonized due to their cholesterol content. But modern science has revealed that they are actually one of the most nutrient-dense and beneficial foods for muscle health, especially for those living with Parkinson's. Eggs contain extremely high-quality protein, with an amino acid profile ideal for muscle protein synthesis. Particularly important is leucine, an essential amino acid that acts as a true switch to activate muscle building. People with Parkinson's often require a higher amount of leucine to stimulate this process due to the anabolic resistance they develop as part of the disease. A single large egg provides about 6 grams of complete protein, including a good dose of leucine. In addition to protein, eggs are one of the best dietary sources of choline, an essential nutrient for brain health and proper neuromuscular function. Choline is a precursor to the neurotransmitter acetylcholine, which is essential for communication between nerves and muscles. Studies show that people with Parkinson's often have alterations in this cholinergic system, which contributes to gait, balance, and stiffness problems. Adequate choline intake can help better preserve this function. Another advantage of eggs is that they are rich in vitamin D, a nutrient in which more than 70% of people with Parkinson's are deficient. Vitamin D plays a crucial role in muscle function, and its deficiency is directly linked to weakness and an increased risk of falls. Egg yolks also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants that protect not only vision, but also muscle cells against the accelerated oxidative stress that occurs in Parkinson's. A study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society showed that older adults who consumed at least 1 egg per day had greater hand grip strength and better performance on leg strength tests compared to those who rarely ate eggs. For people with Parkinson's, who already struggle with loss of strength, this benefit may be even more significant. The easiest way to incorporate eggs into your diet is to include them at breakfast, whether boiled, scrambled, or in omelets. However, to maximize protein intake without competing with levodopa absorption, consider eating eggs at meals outside of their medication schedule. Many of my patients have adapted their eating routines to include eggs at dinner, when protein competition with levodopa is less of a problem for most people with Parkinson's. This simple addition has resulted in notable improvements in strength and recovery from physical activity. The third transformative food to combat weakness in Parkinson's is red and purple berries, such as blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries, and acai. These small, colorful fruits are veritable bombs of bioactive compounds that directly combat several mechanisms that lead to accelerated muscle loss in Parkinson's. The main highlight of these fruits is anthocyanins, pigments that give them their characteristic color and possess potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. In Parkinson's, intense oxidative stress occurs that damages not only neurons, but also muscle fibers, accelerating their degeneration. The anthocyanins and other polyphenols present in these fruits neutralize the free radicals that cause this oxidative damage, protecting the integrity of muscle cells. A remarkable study conducted by researchers at Tufts University followed more than 1,000 adults for 15 years and found that those who regularly consumed anthocyanin-rich fruits experienced 38% less muscle strength loss as they aged. For people with Parkinson's, who are already facing accelerated muscle loss, this protective effect may be even more significant. In addition to combating oxidative stress, these fruits improve blood circulation through a fascinating mechanism. They increase nitric oxide production in the vascular endothelium, promoting vasodilation and improved blood flow to the muscles. This means more oxygen and nutrients reach muscle cells during physical activity, resulting in better performance and less fatigue. Another little-known benefit of berries is their positive impact on the composition of the gut microbiota. We now know that in Parkinson's, significant changes occur in gut bacteria long before motor symptoms appear. These changes contribute to systemic inflammation, and can affect the absorption of nutrients essential for muscle health. The polyphenols and fiber present in these fruits function as prebiotics, promoting the growth of beneficial bacteria that reduce inflammation and improve the intestinal barrier. To reap these benefits, aim to consume at least one serving, about a cup, of red or purple berries daily. They can be consumed fresh, frozen, or pureed without added sugar. Many people with Parkinson's report that adding these fruits to their yogurt for breakfast or eating them as an afternoon snack provides more stable energy throughout the day with fewer episodes of intense fatigue. An important detail is that these fruits have a low glycemic index and do not cause significant insulin spikes, making them safe even for people with Parkinson's who also have diabetes or insulin resistance, conditions often associated with them. Before we move on to the next food, I want to pause to ask you something important. What aspect of Parkinson's weakness most affects you or your loved one's life? Is it the difficulty getting up from chairs and beds? The constant fatigue that seems to drain your energy even after simple activities? Or perhaps the feeling of weakness in your hands that compromises everyday tasks like opening packages or holding objects for long periods of time? This question isn't just out of curiosity, you know? Many people with Parkinson's feel like no one truly understands the devastating impact that loss of strength has on their independence and quality of life. And you're not alone on this journey. Share your experience in the comments. You can simply copy and complete this sentence. My biggest challenge with Parkinson's weakness is when I try. Your comment could be exactly the information someone else needs to read today to feel understood and less alone. Furthermore, your comments help us create content more specific to the real challenges you face. Now let's continue with our fourth food that can help reverse the weakness caused by Parkinson's. The fourth powerful food to combat muscle weakness in Parkinson's is plain yogurt and other fermented probiotics, such as kefir and curd. These foods may seem simple, but they offer surprising benefits for the strength and endurance of those living with Parkinson's through mechanisms we've only recently begun to fully understand. Recent research has established a strong connection between gut health and Parkinson's, with growing evidence that changes in the gut microbiota not only precede the development of the disease, but also influence its progression and the severity of symptoms, including loss of muscle strength. Yogurt and other fermented foods contain live probiotics, beneficial bacteria that help restore the balance of gut flora. Specifically, strains like Lactobacillus and Bifidobacterium, commonly found in these foods, have been shown to reduce inflammatory markers that contribute to muscle breakdown. A groundbreaking study published in the journal Cell in 2019 demonstrated that mice with a Parkinson's-like condition given specific strains of probiotics showed a significant reduction in neural and muscle inflammation with preserved muscle mass. In addition to its anti-inflammatory effect, yogurt is an excellent source of high-quality, easily digestible protein. A 200-gram serving of Greek yogurt can provide up to 20 grams of protein, significantly contributing to meeting the increased daily protein requirements that people with Parkinson's have to combat muscle loss. The abundant calcium in yogurt also plays a crucial role in proper muscle function and bone health, especially important for people with Parkinson's who are at increased risk of osteoporosis and fractures due to relative immobility and, in some cases, vitamin D deficiency. Another lesser-known benefit is that many natural yogurts contain significant amounts of tryptophan, an amino acid precursor to serotonin, which not only helps regulate mood, often affected by Parkinson's, but also positively influences sleep quality. Better sleep is directly linked to muscle recovery and strength preservation. To maximize the benefits, opt for natural yogurts without added sugar. If necessary, sweeten with honey or fresh fruit, ideally the berries we mentioned earlier, creating a powerful combination of protective nutrients. Some of my patients have adopted the habit of consuming a serving of Greek yogurt with berries and a little cinnamon as an afternoon snack, and they report a noticeable difference in energy available for activities later in the day, a time when fatigue is often more intense for those with Parkinson's. It's important to note that consistency is key. The benefits of probiotics for muscle strength aren't immediate, and research suggests it takes at least 4 to 6 weeks of regular consumption to notice significant differences. If you're lactose intolerant, don't worry. Many yogurts are naturally low in lactose due to the fermentation process, and there are also kefir and coconut or almond milk-based yogurt options that provide probiotics without any lactose. The fifth transformative food for those facing loss of strength in Parkinson's is turmeric, the golden spice that gives curry its color. Although technically a condiment and not a food, Turmeric deserves special mention for its potent effects in preserving muscle strength and reducing fatigue associated with Parkinson's. The active component of turmeric, curcumin, has extraordinary anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties that directly act on multiple mechanisms related to muscle loss in the disease. Recent studies show that curcumin specifically inhibits inflammatory pathways that are hyperactivated in Parkinson's, such as the NF-κB pathway, which when dysregulated accelerates muscle protein degradation. A study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry demonstrated that curcumin supplementation significantly reduced markers of muscle inflammation and attenuated lean mass loss in an animal model of Parkinson's-like neurodegenerative disease. Besides fighting inflammation, curcumin also stimulates the production of neural growth factors, particularly BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which not only protects neurons, but also improves neuromuscular communication, essential for strength and coordination. Many people with Parkinson's experience a deterioration in this communication, which contributes to feelings of weakness and fatigue, even when their muscles still have physical capacity. Another fascinating benefit of curcumin is its ability to improve insulin sensitivity. Insulin resistance, common in people with Parkinson's, impairs the body's ability to transport glucose into muscle cells during exercise, leading to early fatigue. By improving insulin function, curcumin helps optimize energy delivery to muscles during physical activity. One challenge with curcumin is its low bioavailability when consumed alone. Fortunately, there are simple ways to significantly increase its absorption. The traditional combination of turmeric and black pepper is scientifically validated, as the piperine in black pepper can increase curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Similarly, consuming turmeric with a healthy fat, such as olive oil or coconut milk, also dramatically improves its bioavailability. A practical way to incorporate turmeric into your daily diet is to prepare golden milk, a traditional Indian drink that combines turmeric with black pepper, ginger, and some healthy fat in warmed plant-based or animal milk. Many of my patients have adopted the habit of drinking this beverage before bed and report improvements in morning stiffness and greater energy upon waking. Another option is to add turmeric powder to soups, stews, rice, or sautéed vegetables. For consistent results, aim to consume at least 1 to 2 teaspoons of turmeric daily. In cases where dietary intake is not feasible or sufficient, curcumin supplements with piperine may be considered, but always after consulting your doctor to avoid possible interactions with medications for Parkinson's or other conditions. The sixth and final food that can revolutionize muscle strength in people with Parkinson's are seeds, especially chia, flaxseed, pumpkin, and sunflower. These small nutritional powerhouses offer a unique combination of nutrients that work synergistically to protect and strengthen muscles affected by the disease. Seeds are exceptional sources of magnesium, an essential mineral for proper muscle function that is often deficient in people with Parkinson's. Magnesium regulates muscle contraction and relaxation, and its deficiency is directly related to cramps, spasms, and increased fatigue, symptoms that many people with the disease experience regularly. Furthermore, magnesium is involved in more than 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, including those related to energy production in mitochondria, powerhouses of our cells. In Parkinson's, mitochondrial function is compromised, contributing to feelings of energy depletion and weakness. A study published in the Journal of Physiology showed that magnesium supplementation significantly improved mitochondrial function and muscle endurance in individuals with chronic fatigue. Seeds are also rich in zinc, another mineral crucial for muscle protein synthesis and proper immune function. Zinc is directly involved in the production of testosterone, an important hormone for both men and women that influences the ability to maintain and build muscle mass. Research indicates that adequate zinc levels are associated with better response to strength training, particularly important for people with Parkinson's who need to actively combat muscle loss. Another valuable component of seeds is antioxidants, especially vitamin E and selenium, which protect muscle cells against the increased oxidative stress that occurs in Parkinson's. Sunflower seeds are particularly rich in vitamin E, while pumpkin seeds provide significant amounts of zinc. Chia and flaxseed, in addition to being sources of important minerals, contain high amounts of omega-3 in the form of ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, although less potent than that found in fish, still offers considerable anti-inflammatory benefits. An often overlooked aspect of seeds is their high fiber content, which contributes to gut health and the regulation of nutrient absorption. The The soluble fiber in chia, for example, forms a gel in the intestine that slows the absorption of sugars, providing more stable energy throughout the day, a significant benefit for those struggling with chronic fatigue associated with Parkinson's. To incorporate more seeds into your daily diet, consider adding a tablespoon of mixed seeds to your yogurt, salads, or soups.
Chia can be used to prepare nutritious puddings with plant-based milk, while ground flaxseed can be added to smoothies or used in homemade bread and cake recipes. Many of my patients have adopted the habit of preparing an energy mix with equal parts of various seeds, keeping it in an airtight container in the refrigerator, and adding a tablespoon to different meals throughout the day.
Those who follow this practice consistently for a few weeks report notable improvements in muscle endurance during daily activities and a reduced incidence of night cramps, a common problem that affects sleep quality and, consequently, muscle recovery. Now that we know these 6 transformative foods, let's discuss how to incorporate them practically and efficiently into your daily routine. The key to real benefits lies in consistency and the smart combination of these nutrients. First, consider creating a simple weekly plan that includes each of these foods at least a few times. For example, you might include salmon or other fatty fish in your meals on Tuesday and Friday, eggs for breakfast on Monday, Wednesday and Saturday, berries as a daily snack, probiotic yogurt in the afternoon, turmeric in one meal daily, and a variety of seeds spread across different meals throughout the week. Second, harness the power of synergistic combinations. For example, a breakfast of probiotic yogurt, berries, and a seed mix provides quality protein, probiotics, antioxidants, omega-3s, and essential minerals in a single meal. Third, remember to consider interactions with your medications. If you take levodopa, it may be more beneficial to concentrate protein foods like eggs and fish in the evening meals, when competition with medication absorption is less of a problem for most people. Be patient and persistent. The nutritional benefits for muscle strength typically begin to manifest after 3 to 4 weeks of regular consumption and continue to improve over time. If you're struggling with food preparation due to Parkinson's symptoms, consider simplifying. For example, buy frozen berries that are already washed and ready to use. Opt for ready-to-eat plain yogurts, and use canned fish like sardines or tuna occasionally when preparing fresh fish is challenging. Finally, remember that nutrition works best when combined with regular physical activity. Even simple resistance exercises, adapted to your current capabilities, significantly enhance the benefits of the nutrients we discussed today. Talk to your physical therapist about exercises you can safely perform to complement these nutritional strategies. Before we close, I want to emphasize a crucial point. While these foods can make a significant difference in your muscle strength and energy, they are not a replacement for your medications or conventional Parkinson's treatments. They should be viewed as powerful complements that optimize your response to treatment and improve your quality of life.
For people with Parkinson's seeking to combat progressive weakening, the strategic combination of salmon and fatty fish, whole eggs, berries, probiotic yogurts, turmeric, and nutritious seeds represents a comprehensive approach that addresses multiple mechanisms of muscle loss.
By providing high-quality proteins, essential fatty acids, antioxidants, critical minerals, and probiotics, these foods work together to reduce inflammation, combat oxidative stress, improve mitochondrial function, optimize neuromuscular communication, and support protein synthesis. As I mentioned at the beginning, my patients who have consistently incorporated these foods into their routine report noticeable improvements in strength, endurance, and energy in just a few weeks. This translates into greater independence in daily activities, reduced fatigue, and better response to physical therapy exercises. Remember that each person with Parkinson's is unique, and the response to these nutritional strategies may vary. The important thing is to observe your own body, perhaps keeping a simple journal to record changes in your energy and strength as you implement these suggestions. If you are currently being treated for other medical conditions or taking medications other than those for Parkinson's, talk to your doctor before making significant changes to your diet, especially if you are considering supplements. You've probably noticed how difficult it is to find specific information on how to combat Parkinson's weakness, especially content in Portuguese that truly addresses the Brazilian reality. That's why our channel exists, to be the place where you find clear, evidence-based answers, yet explained in an accessible and practical way. By subscribing to the channel, you join thousands of people who, like you, seek to live better despite Parkinson's. In addition to weekly videos with proven strategies, Our community in the comments shares valuable experiences that are often as helpful as the experts' information. We've received moving messages from subscribers who have managed to regain some of their independence by applying the strategies we share, from dietary adjustments to specific exercises for each symptom. We're not promising miracles, but rather practical tools for small and large daily victories that, combined, transform the experience of living with Parkinson's. If this resonates with you, click the subscribe button now. It's free and can be the first step to discovering new possibilities for your well-being. Remember that knowledge is a powerful tool, and we want to share this with you every week. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope to see you in our next video. Take care of yourself and never forget, the strength you seek can start on your plate.